Good day everyone and welcome to a new video. Today we will be watching how the immune system actually works. Immune by Kurzgesagt, or on American English, in a nutshell. So let's start without wasting our precious time.
The human immune system is the most complex biological system we know after the human brain, and yet most of us never learn how it works. Or
Because it would take you about 30 years to learn that, if you want to understand every part of medicine. And there is not answer to every question.
what it is. Your immune system consists of hundreds of tiny and two large organs. It has its own transport network spread throughout your body.
Okay. It's not only the lymph system, there is also a cardiovascular system.
Every day, it makes hundreds of billions of fresh cells organized like an army, with soldiers, captains, intelligence officers, heavy weapons.
Wait, let me put coat on for this. Oops. We were here. Sorry about that.
Throughout your body. Every day, it makes hundreds of billions of fresh cells organized like an army, with soldiers, captains, intelligence officers, heavy weapons, and crazy suicide bombers.
Okay, so let me identify these.
Hundreds of billions of fresh cells organized.
Hello, thank you for dropping in. How was your day? Mashed potatoes in a shower. That's a funny name. It's I like it.
Organized like an army, with soldiers.
Soldiers, those would be. I'm also good. Those would be, I think, leukocytes.
Captains,
Captains. I don't know what a captain here would be.
intelligence officers.
Intelligence officers would be memory cells. Can I request a video? Of course you can. What's that for a question? We are here to watch YouTube.
Heavy weapons, and
Heavy weapons would be macrophages.
crazy suicide bombers.
And those are the T cells. Okay, we can watch that after this one. And thank you for dropping in.
It's not some sort of abstract entity. Your immune system is you. Your biology protecting you from the billions of microorganisms that want to consume you.
Actually, we have two immune systems. There is the active one and passive one. Now, which is which? That's a harder question. I think the... Now, I forgot how to differentiate them. I think the active one is the skin. For example, skin, ears, nails, so everything that shields them from going in. Also your nose hairs, your mouth. Okay, not your mouth. I think it's bad to breathe through mouth, because then they skip the nose which filters it. I'm not sure. I think. Then that's the active one. And then passive one is the one that we are going to talk about, which waits until an intruder comes in and becomes active first when you are attacked.
And from your own perverted cells that turn into cancer. It's so manifold that it's impossible to cover in one video, so we'll make a series looking at different aspects of it.
Yeah. Immune cells are very useful for killing cancer, pathogens or infections, for destroying things that shouldn't be in the body, like carrying out a piece of a fabric which could have came in, or it would cause problems because it identifies the piece of material that ended up in you, and they constantly attack it, which makes you very tired because it's hard to make the leukocytes and macrophages and everything else.
Today, what happens when your body is invaded and your first lines of defenses are engaged in a fight for life and death?
Yeah.
It's been a normal day when suddenly the world explodes and an asteroid rips the sky open.
I'm sorry, what? What? Uh, okay, so this is Dinosaurs 2.0.
Countless alien life forms invade, ready to destroy cities and infrastructure and eat
Okay,
civilians. Or this is what your cells experience.
okay,
You look
makes
at
more
your
sense.
bleeding thumb that you just cut on a dirty twig in the park. How annoying. But inside the wound,
So it was a twig, so it would be dirt, and dirt has tetanus. He could have a tetanus infection, which is I think it's is it a bacteria or is it a virus? Thrombus, not thrombus, tetanus. Tetanus is a bacteria, I think.
a horrible catastrophe has happened. There are dead cells and blood and dirt everywhere.
Yeah,
Even
yeah,
worse, countless bacteria invade the warm caverns between your helpless cells to explore their new home,
yeah,
steal your resources, and poop everywhere.
yeah,
Immediately, the first stage of your defense kicks in. The cells that survived the impact or are hurt or dying scream in panic, releasing an onslaught of chemical alarm signals that
yeah. Then those alerts the how are they called? The first thing that arrives, which are I think macrophages.
awaken your immune system. The first cells to show up are macrophages.
Okay, so it's macrophages. I was right, but what is the signal they send? What is that chemical called?
If an average cell were the size of a human, a
Yeah,
macrophage would be the size of a black rhino. A
yeah.
stoic cell in principle, but you wouldn't want to annoy it. Bacteria do annoy them. Within seconds,
So macrophages eat and analyze the cells or the invaders, or in this case, bacteria. And when they have enough information, they they can defeat it alone, so you don't need extra help, or they alert the T cells, which then arrive and start rapidly killing them.
the large cells
Killing the bacteria, not my macrophages.
attack and begin killing them without mercy. They
Yeah,
stretch out parts like the arms of an octopus and grab the bacteria to swallow them whole and digest them alive. A macrophage can eat 100 bacteria before it's exhausted. But there are too many enemies, so the macrophages call for reinforcements. In your blood, hundreds of thousands of neutrophils pick up
okay, what are neutrophils? I didn't learn that. Man.
their signals and move to the battlefield. Neutrophils are intense suicide warriors that only live to kill. They're so enthusiastic about killing that they kill themselves a few days after birth,
So are those the T cells?
so they don't have time to accidentally destroy your body from the inside. As soon as neutrophils arrive, they begin vomiting deadly chemicals at bacteria or devour them. They are so careless in their attacks that they are causing real damage to
Yeah,
your own
yeah. That's the bad part. They can't really differentiate the good cells and the bad cells. I mean, they can differentiate them, I think, but when they attack, it's so big of an attack they attack both. Yeah, I like learning new information. like you see here. We are watching an educational video.
Cells, but collateral damage is not their concern now, or
Yeah.
ever. Some neutrophils go so far to push their suicide button and explode, casting wide and toxic nets made from their own DNA, filled with deadly chemicals that trap and kill bacteria.
Okay, you can do it. Okay. Yeah, we could do that one just after this video.
Sometimes they can continue fighting after that, even though they're sort of dead already. This is how much fun they have killing.
I
While
didn't
the
know
battle
that.
rages, your blood vessels let fluid stream into the battlefield like a dam opening up towards a valley. You notice this as inflammation. Your thumb swells
Yeah, yeah, inflammation. That's what it causes. That's so. How do I say this? I forgot this part. So when body is under attack, it also causes inflammation, which is pain, swelling, redness, and the heat to the touch, because there is more blood there, which of course causes it to be more red and more hot to the touch because there is more heat. Then there is pain because there is more damage to your cells during the fighting. And I think the swelling is from extra cells there, or extra liquid there, extra volume there. I'm not sure how to say it. And I'm not sure if that's really the cause of it, but I would say so.
up a little and gets red and warm. The
Yeah.
fluid brings a silent killer into the battle zone, millions of complement proteins. A sort of automated liquid weapon that stuns and kills bacteria by ripping holes into them. We made a whole video explaining them in detail.
Hmm.
We're reaching a crossroad now. If things
Which
go
ones?
well, your first line of defense kills the invaders quickly. But sometimes the enemies are too strong and would overwhelm your defenses eventually, which means certain death for you, the human.
Yeah.
This is the hour of the dendritic cell, your immune system's intelligence officer. While your soldiers were bashing in heads, it was collecting samples by ripping bacteria into tiny parts and
Yeah. Rips them to parts and then sees what can damage it. How, which antibodies work the best, and then it produces them to kill them, basically. So those are the antibodies you develop after an infection. So if you get it again in a short span of time, you still have those antibodies in your blood. So the infection can't grow, so it will die before it can make you sick, basically. So that's why if you get flu once in a winter, you are most likely not gonna get it a second time because your immune system already knows how to fight it before it becomes a big problem.
covering itself in it. Like a soldier decorating itself in the guts of a dead enemy. The cell leaves the battlefield and enters the superhighway of your immune system that connects all your
Yeah, lymph nodes.
tissues with your immune headquarters, your lymph nodes. The dendritic cell coming from the battlefield is looking for a helper T cell, which is a sort of all-purpose commander cell within your immune army.
Okay, so now we are coming to the T cells. Then I don't know what are the cells that came after the macrophages. Are those B lymphocytes? And now there are T lymphocytes that are coming.
But not any helper T cell, one that happens to have just the right weapon for the bacteria that infected your wound.
Yeah.
So it goes around and rubs itself, still covered in bacteria parts, against every helper T cell it meets. Most
And it gives it information how to kill it.
T cells are a bit disgusted and not interested. But after a few hours, something clicks. A helper T cell recognizes the
An
bacteria
antigen,
parts.
yeah.
This cell is the weapon that's needed right now. The dendritic cell is overjoyed and activates the helper T cell. Okay, wait. How come your immune system has a cell that has a weapon against the specific bacteria that infected you? Well, your immune system has a perfect weapon against every possible disease in the universe.
Yeah.
Against the Black Death, the coronavirus, or an infection that will emerge in 100 years on Mars.
Yeah, that's true.
We'll talk about this a bit more in the next video because it's very complex. So for now, just know that you have
Man, why? I mean, this is very interesting stuff right here.
billions of unique helper T cells that each have weapons against every possible enemy. After the right T cell is activated, your second line of defense awakes and rises like a teenager that needs to get up on a school day, very slowly. Your heavy weapons are incredibly effective, but they're not fast. The activated helper T cell begins to clone itself over and over again.
Yeah.
1 becomes 2, 2 become 4, until there are thousands of them.
They're slow but very, very effective.
Now they split into 2 groups. The first group quickly moves to help out your soldiers. At the battlefield, things are getting out of hand. A tired macrophage is ready to give up. After fighting for days, it just wants to go to sleep, like many of its buddies have done already. But now the helper T cells arrive. One of them comes to the tired macrophage and whispers something using special chemical signals. In a heartbeat, the demoralized soldier feels fresh again. But there's something else, a hot, white anger. The macrophage knows what it needs to do.
Yeah. Oh, hello, Kayan 235324. Thanks for checking in. Nice. Can send video. Can send video. Yes. But there is one before you, so yeah. You would need to wait before I finish this one, and then the one after that that's in queue, and then your video.
Kill. Invigorated, it throws itself against the enemies once again. All over the battlefield, this begins to happen. Meanwhile, the
Okay.
second group of helper T cells was working on activating another line of defense, B cells, your antibody factories.
Wait, which
Begins
one?
to happen. Meanwhile, the second group of helper T cells was working on activating another line of defense, B cells.
Oh, we are coming to B cells now first. So it's macrophages, T cells and B cells, and then the more aggressive T cells, I think. I mean, I learned this stuff in school, but it was not this detailed, I think.
Your antibody factories. Antibodies are protein superweapons that look like tiny crabs with 2 pincers
Yeah.
to grab enemies. Just like the helper T cells, there are B cells in your body that are able to make just the right antibodies for every possible enemy. And the helper T cell is looking for exactly these B cells. After a day or 2, the right B cell is found and begins to clone itself. As soon as enough clones have been made, each B cell begins pumping out up to 2,000 antibodies per second. About a week
Yeah.
after you injured yourself and bacteria invaded, your second line of defense finally arrives in full force. The tiny army begins to saturate the battlefield, pinching and stunning desperate bacteria. The antibodies clump them together and make them unable to move or fight, while your soldiers massacre the defenseless victims. The tide is turning fast. As the last enemies are cleaned up, your soldiers realize they are no longer needed and begin to kill themselves to save resources. But not all of them. A few helper T cells remain and turn into memory cells.
Yeah, those memory cells then stay, so when you get the infection again, it isn't a problem anymore. They know how to fight it. They can fight it early on. There isn't a big infection, or not big infection, but there doesn't come to it that there are too many. Nobody needs to know this. Yeah. Uh, there doesn't come to any symptoms.
The helper T cells are ready to fight. They 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 will guard the tissue for years, making sure the same bacteria will never.
Yeah, it's not always for years. I mean, I know it's hepatitis A, B, tetanus that when you get the injection for tetanus or hepatitis A, hepatitis B, they stay for you for 5 to 10 years. But if you get it if you get an infection of, how's it called? Of influenza, which is a flu, it changes every year. It mutates every year, so you need a new version. So when you get influenza once, it works only for that year, but it doesn't work for the next year because next year it's different. It's different threat.
Again gain a foothold here. Similarly,
Okay.
a few B cells will stay alive and keep producing a low amount of antibodies,
Yeah.
making you immune against this bacteria, maybe for the rest of your life.
Okay, for the rest of the life. Okay, I don't know any example for this because I didn't learn it in the school.
One day you wake up and notice that the wound has grown over and left
Yeah.
nothing but a faint red mark. You were completely unaware of the drama your cells had to deal with.
Yeah.
For you, the whole ordeal was a slight annoyance, while for millions of cells,
I mean, when the infection gets big, or when there are too many viruses, bacteria, or fungi, you will get side effects of the T cells and B cells fighting, which is they need energy and they create heat by fighting and moving, and that heat gives you fever, and a lot of bacteria dies from too high of a fever. So yeah, that's one of the things, one of the side effects. But you can also get, how is it called, exhaustion, because they need energy to work. So yeah, if this massive battle was happening, I think you would not notice.
it was a desperate fight for life and death. But this is just
I mean, if you don't like the video, you can the stream, you can just choose another one. This stream is more medically focused. I mean, I am going to watch your video, but I mean, you don't have to complain. You can just play it in the background and come back when I'm done with this video and I'm going to watch which you recommended. You don't have to be salty.
the beginning of the epic story that unfolds inside you every day and is told in full in Immune, a journey into the mysterious system that keeps you alive, written by Philip Detmer, the founder.
Yeah, like this guy said, you need to be patient, and if you want to comment, just tell me your thoughts, and I will tell something if I have, or say something.
And head writer of Kurzgesagt.
Oh, I also like Zach D films.
The book is a beautifully illustrated deep dive into the immune system, the most important thing
Ooh.
you don't know enough about that will forever change how you think about.
Also available in German. That's good. I mean that's interesting. I mean, it's not very surprising because Kurzgesagt is a German word, and I know German.
Your body. Written to be as simple and fun as possible,
Okay.
it's been an ongoing passion project for almost a decade because the immune system is just about the most amazing and fascinating topic there is.
Yeah.
So go on a journey and get to know your own body, from mystery organs, murder universities, to the largest library in the universe. Explore how incredibly vast your immune system is and how it actually works, how it fights enemies from cancer to HIV or just the flu. Learn how
Yeah.
you can boost it and if that's actually a good idea. The book will be out in 6 weeks and it would mean the world to us and Philip if you could pre-order it.
Yeah.
Pre-ordering is
I know it's an ad, but you gotta support the creators which you watch and which you enjoy. I mean, I know this is an ad, but I'm still gonna watch it. So people who are going to watch my video can also see it. Maybe they are also interested in this. And if I skipped it, they wouldn't know this exists.
Super important in the world of books, and in contrast to games, we can guarantee that it's actually finished and there will be no day one patch. There's a link in the description. This is the end of
Okay.
a decade-long personal journey, and we'd love to see what you think. Thank you for watching.
Okay. So this was how the immune system actually works by Kurzgesagt, or in a nutshell. If you liked the video, you can go watch it here. And I will see you next time. Thank you for watching and goodbye.